as a result of my recent creative block, I've kind of just been dicking around on Smogon Wi-Fi Finder with the first team I think I ever built. It was either the first or second. I built two at around the same time when I first started. So this was actually a pretty good game against a guy named StrayTiger. He's got a Gliscor and I've got Heatran, so I absolutely cannot risk him going for EQ. Even though I expect him to set up rocks, I can't risk it. So I go to Shaymin, and I'm just going to go for Leech Seed because I don't know what he's got. I don't know if he has a Grass type, and he U-turns. So I'm definitely on the back foot. He's totally wrecking me at the moment. And, you know, he's got his rocks up, he's got initiative, and that's super bad. Against this Infernape, I'm going to go to Gyarados. My plan is to set up a DD on the switch because I'm going to intimidate him. I'm going to get the resist on close combat. Even though he could use T-Punch, it's really, really rare, kind of, and I don't really expect it. Even if he does go for it, that means he doesn't have. That means he's all physical, and then I'll be able to deal with him more effectively. DD on the switch, and I really shouldn't have done that. I should have waterfalled, but the fact that he brought in a Gengar tells me it's absolutely scarfed. I've done this trick hundreds of times, and even though I'm expecting T-Bolt, I'm going to go to Heatran just in case he wants to Shadow Ball, predicting a switch. He doesn't, and he actually gets a crit, so my Heatran gets rolled unfairly, and that sucks. So I do have a free switch into Flygon since I know he's 100% scarfed at this point. So I'm going to save my Heatran for fodder, and that turns out to be a very good play. So I'm going to go for U-turn because he can't stay in if he's scarfed on T-Bolt. Like, are you kidding? He's not going to stay in. And I go to my Shaymin because Shaymin should be able to take whatever he wants. Like, I'm not going to take it that much from a U-turn, so I think I just go for a hidden power. I'm not sure if it's ice or fire. I'm pretty sure it's ice. It would make sense that it's ice because I don't have another ice move on this team. So I gotta keep this guy around for those dragons in case I see one. I'm not expecting to go for fire because he's seen my Gyarados, so I'm expecting him to U-turn out or just flat out switch. He does U-turn, and I went for Leech Seed. Unfortunately, he has his own Shaymin, so I'm at about half, a little bit less, and I'm expecting even if he's a Life Orb attacker, I can probably live one hidden power. And I do just barely. I thought I'd be able to live a little bit better. And I went for my Seed Flare. I probably could have went for Hidden Power. It would have been super effective regardless of if it's ice or fire. But I decided probably getting the Spec D drop is more worth it. I protect to get lefties so I can come back into rocks next time. And I'm going to go to Heatran as Death Fodder, but he switched things up and he went into his Gengar. So a few options. I decided in the end to go to my Scizor, and even though I'm expecting Hidden Power Fire, I'm going to go for Pursuit because if he gets stuck on a bad move, then I'll be able to go into my T-Tar, set up a free Dragon Dance, and potentially sweep. At this point, however, I'm completely forgetting about the Ape, which probably has Mach Punch, which is what he goes to. I absolutely should have Earthquaked. I didn't, and now I got to get out of here because he's going to Mach Punch, and I just wasted my Scizor. So that's very frustrating. I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to go to my Gyarados because if he has priority, he has to go for it. Otherwise, he loses. So I go to Gyara, and he goes for close combat. So that makes me think maybe he doesn't have priority, or maybe he just didn't think it would kill. So I'm 90% sure he doesn't have priority at this point. So Gyarados is going to bite the dust, but that's going to give me useful knowledge, and him going for Grass Knot pretty much confirms he doesn't have priority. Yeah, he had U-turn, Grass Knot, and he's probably got a Fire move, if I haven't seen it already, I don't know. So I'm going to go to Flygon. I'm not going to EQ because I know he has Gliscor, and Outrage misses because of Sand Veil, so that's fine. I'm going to go for it again, and I should be able to get 2 free hits off on it, but I miss again. So he goes for Screech, which I thought was very, very interesting. You don't really see it too often, but it makes sense if he has U-turn, because he can Screech, U-turn, and he ends up with initiative no matter what. So it seems weird, but I really understand his vantage point, and I actually think that's very, very neat. My Outrage does, luckily, should I say, hit the next 2 turns in a row. And he's just going to flat out U-turn. He doesn't have Ice Fang, which is good. He's probably got Roost, and we've already seen Stealth Rocks. So U-turn and Screech finishes off the set. And in comes the Gengar. So I do get confused there, which is lucky. I'm going to be able to save this guy. I'm going to go to Shaymin just as fodder, just to see what move he gets stuck into. And he gets stuck on Shadow Ball, which is perfect. That's exactly what I need. I'm going to be able to go into Tyranitar. I'm going to set up a Dragon Nates again. I'm not afraid of Ape anymore because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have priority. I can outspeed the Gengar after 2 dances because he is Scarfed. And I do have Crunch to kill it. So I can one-hit KO everything I've seen so far. And even if he's got a dragon, I got Stone Edge, so things are looking very, very well, even though very, very good. I'm going to be able to take out that Shaymin. I know he's offensive. I can't afford to take Seed Flare as I dance up again, so I'm just going to go for the kill, and in comes a Starmie, unless he's running dual Scarfers, which I highly doubt. I'm going to be able to outspeed him, and DDTtar is looking something fierce, so everything I've seen so far, I should be able to one-hit KO, and in comes Jirachi. So I'm going to go right for Earthquake, just in case he wants to be an offensive set. Yeah, go for, you know, an Iron Head right off the bat. If he was Scarfed, it was over right there regardless. And the fact that he uses Protect tells me he's defensive, and that means I can absolutely live one Iron Head. So I'm going to set up my second dance, and I'm good to go. I'd rather risk him critting there than risk him missing Focus Blast with Gengar, because I know that he's going to go for that next. I managed to EQ the Jirachi. It's going to easily take it out. And all he's got really left is Infernape and Gengar and Gliscor, I believe. So crunch the Gengar to death, and things are looking good. I'm glad I didn't have to take a Focus Blast from that. The crit did not matter. And all he's got left is Gliscor and Infernape, so I'm going to be able to crunch this guy. I can't Stone Edge, so I have to hope he's slightly more offensive, and I miss. So that's the third Sandvale miss I've had in a row. And I should still have it locked up if Outrage will take him out, but Outrage has already missed twice, so Flygon's got to get his glasses on, and he's got to get this. He's got to get this done. Flygon comes in, can't EQ, must Outrage. It hits, thank God, thank goodness. And we've already established his 8 does not have priority, otherwise it would have been the first thing he brought in. So I'm not afraid of the Ape at all. I'm going to be able to Outrage it for the win, and that is... that's a come from behind victory at the end of the day. I couldn't believe I missed due to Sandvale 3 times when it's an ability that I gave him. So I got kind of lucky when he misplayed my DDTtar. I don't think he was expecting offensive Dragon Dance, because it's really kind of become uncommon. But clearly it's still effective if I manage to completely decimate the rest of his team with it. So good game, dude, and I'll see you guys next time.